Imagine standing in the middle of Mecca, the sun blazing overhead. Millions of people gathered for what they believe will be an ordinary day. And then the ground begins to shake. Not an earthquake, something else. The earth cracks open near the hills of Safa, and from that ancient rock, something emerges. Something massive, something that has been waiting beneath the surface for thousands of years. A creature so terrifying, so impossible, that witnesses freeze in absolute horror. It towers above the crowd. Its body is covered in fur, feathers, and scales all at once. It has the head of a bull, the eyes of a pig, the ears of an elephant. In one hand, it carries the staff of Moses. In the other, the seal of Solomon. And as people try to run, try to scream, try to understand what they're seeing, the creature begins to mark them, one by one, touching their faces with the staff or the seal, permanently marking every human it encounters. The believers receive a glowing mark on their foreheads. The disbelievers receive a dark stamp on their noses. There is no hiding, no escape, no second chances. This isn't science fiction. This isn't a Hollywood monster movie. According to Islamic eschatology, this event is as real as tomorrow's sunrise. It's written in the Quran. It's described in authentic Hadith. It's called Dabbat al-Ard, the beast of the earth. And according to the texts, it will appear when humanity reaches a point of no return. Before we go further, let's understand what we're talking about. In Islamic theology, there's a detailed roadmap of the end times. Not vague predictions, specific signs, major events that will unfold before the Day of Judgment. Muslims believe in 10 major signs: the smoke that will cover the earth, the false Messiah called Dajjal, the return of Jesus Christ, the rising of the sun from the west, 3 massive landslides that will swallow entire regions, a fire that will drive humanity to one location. And among these 10 catastrophic events is the appearance of the beast. The Quran mentions it directly. In Surah An-Naml, chapter 27, verse 82, it says, "And when the word befalls them, we will bring forth for them a creature from the earth, speaking to them, that the people were not certain of our signs." That's it. That's the only verse in the entire Quran about this creature. 14 words in Arabic. No description, no explanation, just the confirmation that it will happen. But the Hadith literature, the recorded sayings and actions of Prophet Muhammad, provides far more detail. And those details are absolutely chilling. So, what exactly is this beast? According to the descriptions compiled from various Hadith, the creature is unlike anything that has ever walked the earth. It's not an animal, it's not human. It's something created specifically for this moment. Some narrations say it will be as tall as a mountain. Others say it will have the ability to travel across the entire earth in a single day, moving faster than any human vehicle. Its appearance is described as a hybrid: the face of a bull, the eyes of a pig, the ears of an elephant, the horns of a stag, the neck of an ostrich, the chest of a lion, the color of a tiger, the back of a cat, the tail of a ram, the legs of a camel. One medieval Islamic scholar, Ibn Kathir, wrote that the creature would be so massive that when it emerges from the ground near the hill of Safa in Mecca, dust from its emergence would reach the sky and cover the sun. But the most terrifying part isn't its appearance. It's what it carries and what it does. In its right hand, the beast holds the staff of Moses, the same staff that split the Red Sea, the same staff that transformed into a serpent before Pharaoh. This staff represents divine truth and authority. In its left hand, it carries the seal of Solomon. King Solomon, known in Islam as Sulaiman, was given power over all creation, including the jinn and animals. His seal was a symbol of that power. And with these 2 divine instruments, the beast begins its mission. It doesn't attack, it doesn't kill, it does something far more permanent. It mocks people. According to the Hadith, the beast will strike believers on their foreheads with the staff of Moses, leaving a bright, glowing mark that says, Believer. It will stamp disbelievers on their noses with the seal of Solomon, leaving a dark mark that says, Disbeliever. These marks are permanent, visible, undeniable. Imagine the implications. A person's faith, their choices, their entire spiritual life, suddenly made public, written on their face. No more pretending, no more hiding behind social status or wealth or family name. The hypocrite who prayed in public but sinned in private, marked as a disbeliever. The person who never set foot in a mosque but lived with genuine kindness and belief in their heart, marked as a believer. The beast doesn't judge based on appearance. It judges based on reality, on the state of the human soul at that precise moment. And according to some interpretations, the beast will also speak. It will announce to humanity that they had been warned, that prophets had come, that signs had been given, and that they ignored them all. So when will this happen? That's the question that has obsessed Islamic scholars for 14 centuries. The Quran and Hadith don't give a date, no year, no decade, no century, but they do give conditions, circumstances that will exist when the beast appears. First, the beast will emerge after other major signs have already occurred. Most scholars agree it will appear after the sun rises from the west, an event so catastrophic that all of humanity will witness it simultaneously. When the sun rises from the west, according to Islamic belief, the door of repentance will close. God will no longer accept anyone's return to faith. Those who believed will remain believers. Those who rejected will remain rejectors. The test will be over. And shortly after that, the beast emerges to make this spiritual reality physically visible. Second, the beast will appear during a time of mass confusion about faith, a time when people have stopped believing in divine signs altogether, a time when materialism and skepticism have reached their peak. Some modern Islamic scholars have argued that we're already living in that time, a time when millions deny the existence of anything beyond the physical world, when science is treated as the only path to truth, when ancient religious texts are dismissed as mythology. Third, the beast will appear when humanity has been given every chance to change course and has refused. Think about it. According to Islamic eschatology, before the beast appears, humanity will have already witnessed the coming of the Mahdi, a guided leader who will unite Muslims. They will have witnessed the arrival of the false Messiah Dajjal, who will deceive billions with miracles and technology. They will have witnessed the return of Jesus Christ, who will defeat Dajjal and restore justice. After all of that, after all those supernatural interventions, if humanity still doesn't return to faith, the beast appears as a final declaration. The test is over. Now let's step back for a moment and look at this from a historical and academic angle. The concept of an apocalyptic beast isn't unique to Islam. Ancient civilizations across the world have described similar creatures. The Book of Revelation in Christianity speaks of a beast rising from the earth with lamb-like horns that performs great signs and deceives the inhabitants of the earth. Ancient Persian Zoroastrian texts describe creatures that will appear during the final renovation of the world. Even ancient Hindu texts describe avatars and beings that will appear during the Kali Yuga, the age of darkness and destruction. Some historians argue that these apocalyptic beasts represent a universal human anxiety about the future, a collective fear that humanity might be heading toward a point of no return. Others suggest these creatures symbolize the earth itself, rising up against human corruption, a planet that has been exploited, polluted, and damaged, finally responding. But for practicing Muslims, this isn't symbolism, this is prophecy. Literal truth waiting to unfold. And the interesting thing is, the Hadith descriptions are so specific, so detailed, that they resist easy symbolic interpretation. The staff of Moses, the seal of Solomon, the marking of faces. These aren't vague metaphors. They're concrete events described with precision. Which brings us to the question that probably brought you to this video. Could the beast appear in our lifetime? Let's look at the conditions again. Mass disbelief in divine signs. Check. Environmental destruction reaching critical levels. Check. Global confusion about truth and morality. Check. Some Islamic preachers have pointed to recent events as possible precursors. The rapid advancement of artificial intelligence, the genetic modification of animals, the erosion of traditional religious communities, climate change causing the earth itself to seem unstable. In 2020, during the global pandemic, some Muslims wondered if this was the beginning of the end-times sequence. Mass death, economic collapse, social isolation, mosques closed. For the first time in history, the Kaaba in Mecca was empty, but scholars pushed back. They reminded people that every generation has thought they were living in the end times. Muslims in the 13th century thought the Mongol invasions were the end. Muslims in the 20th century thought the world wars were the end. The reality is, no one knows. The Quran explicitly states that knowledge of the hour belongs only to God. Even Prophet Muhammad didn't know when these events would unfold. What the texts do emphasize is preparation, not fear, not obsession with dates, but spiritual readiness. Now imagine, just for a moment, that tomorrow morning you wake up to breaking news. Every channel, every website, every phone alert. A massive creature has emerged from the earth in Mecca. Witnesses are reporting something impossible, something that defies all known biology, something that's marking people. Scientists are scrambling for explanations. Genetic mutation, mass hallucination, advanced hologram technology. But none of the explanations work because the creature is physically there, tangible, real. Religious leaders from around the world are in emergency meetings. Is this the Islamic beast? Is this a sign that other prophecies might be real too? And then reports start coming in from other cities. The creature is traveling. London, Tokyo, New York, Cairo. It's moving across the planet faster than any aircraft, and people are being marked. Some receive glowing marks on their foreheads and feel overwhelming peace. Others receive dark stamps on their noses and feel crushing despair. The marks don't wash off, don't fade, can't be removed. Within 48 hours, the entire human population has been marked. 7 billion people, all categorized, all identified, all judged. The social order collapses overnight, because suddenly wealth doesn't matter, power doesn't matter, fame doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is the mark. Families are divided. Some members glowing, others marked dark. Friends discover they never really knew each other. Co-workers see their true characters revealed. And the beast, having completed its mission, returns to the earth, vanishing as suddenly as it appeared. What happens next, according to the Islamic timeline, are the final signs. The massive landslides, the fire from Yemen, the gathering of all humanity to one location, and then the trumpet blast that ends this world and begins the day of judgment. Here's what's fascinating about the beast of the earth from a purely analytical perspective. It represents something profound about the human condition. The idea that our true nature will one day be revealed. That we can't hide forever. That reality has a way of catching up with us. In our current world, we live behind masks, social media profiles that show only our best moments, professional personas that hide our doubts, public righteousness that conceals private compromise. The beast shatters all of that. It makes the internal external, the hidden visible, the private public. Whether you believe this prophecy will literally occur, or whether you view it as metaphor, the message is the same. Live with integrity. Live as though your choices matter. Live as though one day everything hidden will be revealed. Because in a sense, that day comes for all of us eventually. Maybe not through a literal beast, but through death, through conscience, through the accumulated weight of our decisions. The medieval Islamic scholars who wrote about the beast understood this. They weren't trying to terrify people. They were trying to wake them up, to remind them that life has consequences, that choices have weight, that we're building something with every action, every word, every thought, and that one day what we've built will be measured. The beast of the earth is waiting. According to Islamic belief, it has been waiting beneath Mecca for thousands of years. Patient, silent, prepared. The only question that matters is this: when it emerges, when it holds up the staff and the seal, when it reaches out to mark your face, what will that mark reveal?